Blacklisted. Jamaica among 12 countries fingered as money laundering slackers. Jamaica has been added to the European Union (EU) blacklist of countries that have been accused of being too soft on money laundering. But Financial Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke is pushing back against the characterisation. It is not good that the European Union blacklists Caribbean countries, including Jamaica, Barbados, and the Bahamas, Clarke said yesterday as he weighed in on the issue. Back in February, Jamaica was among 7 countries that were placed on a grey list by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, for gaffes or failure in streaming the financing of terrorist group or money laundering. The finance minister said that Jamaica ended up on the blacklist because FATF has focused on countries where the economic size is above a certain threshold, having $5 billion of financial assets using a monetary measure known as M2. In 2019, FATF arbitrarily changed this measure to be known as M3, which is a broader measure of the economic. This arbitrary change meant that for the first time, Jamaica exceed the $5 billion threshold, which meant Jamaica would be including in the list of countries that FATF would focus on and monitor the process known as grey listing, he said. Professor Denzel Williams attributed the country's blacklisting to a weak anti-terrorism and anti-money laundering framework. Panama, the Bahamas, Mauritius, Barbados, Botswana, Cambodia, Ghana, Jamaica, Mongolian, Myanmar, Nicaragua, and Zimbabwe are said to pose significant threat to the financial system of the Union because of failing to tackling money laundering and terrorism financing. You don't want to be on this for too long because it has implication for you playing into the global financial system that can impact significantly on the way companies conduct international financial business. We don't want to be sanctioned and then companies cannot encash their checks in foreign countries. You can't pay for your goods that has been you're buying overseas to come and sell in Jamaica. Tourism come into your hotel. You can't process their checks or their credit cards because nobody's going to upset their credit card. These are implications that you will have on ground. William, Pro Vice Chancellor for Industry, Academic, Partnership and Planning at the University of the West Indies, explained, stressing the need to speedily have the issue with the EU resolved. William, a professor of international business, said that the Jamaica could be spared the full blow of the backlisting, but would need to rally support and explain to countries the step being taken to address the EU concern. But Jamaica is in a bind because some players in the country refuse to be governed under the Proceed of Crime Act, which is seen as critical to Jamaica being removed from the list. Lawyers have dragged the government to court as they have objected to being governed under some aspect of the legislation. Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips has also pushed back against certain strictures that international bodies put in place, as he called for the right balance to be struck to ensure that legitimate businesses are not compromised. We have to ensure that the rules set by the international organization are in our best interests, Philip told Parliament on Tuesday. While I have no issue with some of the rules, the way the rules are implemented make life almost impossible for ordinary, legitimate business persons. The know your customers requirement can be an impediment, Phillips said back in January. Mark Golding, the opposition spokesman on finance, yesterday blasted the Holness administration, labeling the government as derelict. The government, having been in power for over 4 years now, must accept full responsibility for this perilous development. It is clear that they have dropped the ball, endangering Jamaica by exposing our country to the negative consequences of this blacklisting, Golding said as he chid the administration. But Clarke said the issues are not unique to Jamaica. But he fired back at Golding, accusing him of politicizing the issue. Clarke explained that the government will not be taking action to remedy deficiencies in Jamaica framework for addressing UN target financial sanctions related to terrorism. Amid law governing the regulation of trusts and the non-profit sector in order to improve AML-CFT compliance, ensure an increase in money laundering investigation that use financial intelligence, and amend the Companies Act to ensure that beneficial ownership disclosure standard are updated to the constituents with FATF standard. Jamaica has until 2021 to comply with its action plan. Once this is done, Jamaica will be removed from the FATF grey list, and the reversal of the UE action will also occur, Clarke said. I am reading from a very small little print, so I beg forgiveness. This is something that Jamaican has to really look at. We see a lot of stuff coming in and going out, and now we are realizing that we are also financing terrorism. And we have been on a blacklist, a grey list, not even a blacklist, a grey list for a long time about money laundering. And this is making the country look real bad in the eyes of those who are coming in and the European Union, as we can hear in this reading. My viewers and subscribers, lend me your views because I'm worried about my little island, Jamaica. I know many of you don't believe that I'm Jamaican, but I am Jamaica by heart. And I am really saddened when reading such things. And that's why I'm trying to share it with all of us, for us to understand what is going on and how to try and remove ourselves from this blacklist. Blacklist is gonna bring our country down. Nowhere will you go and be able to say that you are Jamaican. And you'll be hiding in your guts and say, I'm a Jamaican, but outwardly you will not be saying that, because it affects our passport and it affects our country. And remember, we have children living on those islands that will grow up one day and want to be proudly saying, I'm a Jamaican. My Jamaican viewers and subscribers, don't bash me. Just listen to this, read it for yourself, and understand what is really going on and where we are placing ourselves. Government don't know what to do. And what do you say? How do we challenge this? Taking ourselves from M1, M2 and putting ourselves back as an island, a beautiful Caribbean island in the sun. Once again, this is JCon TV, out of Zurich, saying unto each and every one of us, stay home, take care of yourself. Shalom.